So now we have another interesting session. It's slightly different. We had an insight on MI and AI and then on what happens in the logistics. And now we slowly come towards manufacturing. We have today Mr. Aravind Maiya, who is Senior General Manager in Bosch Limited, also my friend. And Maiya is mechanical engineer, a lean expert, certified coach from the Coaching Foundation of India. And he spans 26 years of service in Bosch with various functions like industrial engineering, investment, space planning, and he also is a plant manager of the Power Tools at Chennai division, and he works on the digital strategy and implementation, manufacturing strategy and coordination for Bosch India, and he also has been doing the manufacturing coordination worldwide for some time in Bosch. Very deep in terms of the knowledge within the material and information flow. We call it as MIFA, the Material Information Flow Analysis. So we have this privilege of having this expert to talk about the manufacturing of the future. So Arvind, over to you and thanks for accepting this.
So Annai Varukam Kalai Vanakkam. So we are in the land of Chennai. So a very good morning to all of you gathered here. It's my privilege to be here today standing in front of all of you. Special thanks to ISQ for providing this opportunity, and also my friend Dr. Rajkumar from Ranai Group for giving me this opportunity to be here today. So I am from Bosch India. So before getting into my today's presentation here, I would like to start with a proud moment. So this is a special year for Bosch in India. Why I say special? Because it's 100th year for Bosch in India. It's a rare occasion where the company is living its life 100 years and going still young. So we about 30 plus thousand Boschlers in India are lucky and proud to be part of this centenary celebration. It gives a great feeling for me to be here today. Yeah, I think my friend Mauli already said, I think Mr. Ramanathan said how he introduced to Mr. Kiran and my friend Kiran. So also my friend Mauli. So we had a long association. Thanks Mauli for, I have given some introduction, you also added something more what you know about me. Thanks for that. So I am taking care of the manufacturing strategy and coordination for Bosch in India. Today I will try to put some effort in sharing with all us that let's share insight on how does the future of manufacturing will look like. So it's an attempt to look into the future with current trends. So warm welcome to you all. And already as Mauli said, the session started with the basics. Kiran sir, you gave a nice basics of the digitalization, you spoke about it, and Nitish, you already covered about the logistics. So some of the topics I want to cover, I think it's already taken care. So let us move with the topic. I tried putting here what makes our future ready factory. So basically what I am trying to see here is when we talk about manufacturing, what is the basic fundamental? We said that we are already seeing a lot of digital revolution is happening, we already heard. Are we ready? Are we ready for this digital factories, digital future what we are talking with the fundamentals fixed? What are the fundamentals? In manufacturing we talk about right part should be available in right quantity with the right quality at the right time. So needless to say that it is right first time. So how all these rights are taken care? Basically for me the process excellence stands in the foundation layer. So in Bosch we have Bosch production system which takes care of this process excellence. When we have the strong foundation layer in process excellence, and then the next important piece is the people, the right people at the center. So with people with the hungry mind for passion for technology, they are going to be the center. With these two, so the magic happening, all we spoke about the digital. So the digital connected industry will act as a booster for speed and performance. So this is how I see a strong foundation layer in process excellence is very, very vital to give the magic of digital. So we already seen in the past already how we are moving from reactive to preventive to predictive. So digital is playing a vital role in the predictive environment already. But I think already I have heard in the expert of quality, we are already moving from predictive, we should move toward prescriptive. So I think digital is going to play a very, very vital. It is not about what is going to happen in the future, what problems we are seeing, but I think digital should tell us what is that we should do, what is that it is recommending us to do. If we are in that space, I would say the digital is really the speed and performance booster. So here I tried putting how does the factory of future, I put this is a symbol from my side, let us say I tried depicting what a future factory will look like. So let's reflect some minutes on this future of the factory. So basically, let us say, do we see in this future factory, do we have a chance to spend our iterative improvement activities or tryout activities in the value adding shop floor? Do we have this time to take the time out of the value adding step and use it for tryout purpose? I clearly see this activity is going to be taken over by the digital twin. I think Kiran also spoke about how digital twins are going to play a role in the logistics. Here also digital twins I clearly see in my picture of future. It's going to take over all these improvement activities. It's going to act as guidance, the solutions. So basically finally in the end it is just what is the real execution on the shop floor. So we don't have the luxury of spending the tryout time in the value adding step. So let us say in the picture of the future, what could be the right inventory? So we all know now that with the COVID coming in, the inventory has taken to a different level. It's one of the pain points in most of the industries today. What could be the right inventory in our picture of future? So I clearly see here the autonomous concurrent planning across the source, make and deliver is going to play a key vital role wherein the inventory at the optimum level in the right place. So I clearly see in my picture of future, I don't see high-rise racks. I don't see forklift in my picture of the future. So but rather what I see, an intelligent supermarket with the most optimum size at the right place. So this is going to be a key step in the moving forward. So we have the lean inventory at the right place. What I see in terms of the future, the manufacturing will change. It will change from flow manufacturing to the fluid manufacturing. When I say from flow to fluid, it is with the cyber physical cognitive system. What I meaning of this, the words what I am talking here. Basically, currently whatever we see the flow layout, for example, we have the layout with the conveyors, assembly stations with conveyors and workpiece carrier connecting the station to station. I clearly see in the future, in my picture of the future, the flexible, for example, the flexible AGVs, automated guided vehicles, connecting the dots. For example, with the absolute coordinates, AGV knows where is the material, which is the stations are located where. It is going to connect the various stages of the operation. That means in the future factory, the layout is no more flow fixed, it is a fluid. That means the AGVs are going to play a key role. There are several examples, it is going to play a key role, how it connects the various operations. So then I already see the digital revolution is happening at a pace which is not seen in the past. So we are seeing whether it is the private industries, or the public or the government. As a whole in India, the revolution of digital has taken a leapfrog, which is also surprising for many outsiders beyond country, beyond India. So we are proud to be part of this also from Bosch. So we have our own Bosch global software company. It is not only for India, for the globe. So that means currently in Bosch we have the advantage of not only taking at outside what's happening, we have our inside solutions which is giving us leapfrogging in the digitalization. I clearly see in the supply chain a paperless supply chain. I clearly see the material supply in the future is going to take place. Yes, conventional trucks, containers will be there, but I already see we are getting supplied with the drones. Or in this material supply, when it's happening, I'm already seeing it's a paperless supply chain. I can already imagine that we are going to have the no hard copy invoice, no hard copy tax documents. So how all these things are going to take place in the future, but many of these questions today we see is that it may not how it will take place, but it is in the near future. I clearly see in my picture of future a paperless supply chain. Coming to sustainability, so circular economy, I think most of the countries are talking about the circular economy by 2050, 60, 70. I already see in my manufacturing value chain, whatever we are talking, circular economy. So I don't see any material getting reused. I see whether it is process, product or method, everything what we use in our manufacturing is already recycled 100%. That means sustainability is going to play a key role in our future. So this is a broad look. So how the picture of the future I visualize is going to transform. So now coming to, I spoke about the beyond state, the purpose, but if I see now the Bosch, we have 16 plants across India. All our 16 plants are not at the same maturity level today, but we know where we want to go. While going to the distance where we want to go, these 16 plants are at different maturity level in all the 3 layers, whether it is process excellence layer or it's the people passion for technology layer or in the digital layer. What I am trying to see here is a clear roadmap how it will the transition and transformation will take place. I tried putting the here beyond as 2030. It may be 2030, 5 year more, 2 year less, but I think it is going to take place. For example, one simple example, currently still we are talking about the connectivity. So connectivity, we want to have 100% connectivity. We spoke about data, data is king, but to get the data we need the connectivity. Currently in some of our plants still we are discussing whether it's going to be a payback, but shortly in no time when we say that data is going to play a vital role, if we don't have that 100% connectivity in the midterm, so the company with the data, without data are going to get washed away. So that means how each of these things will move from the now, next and beyond. This is how the roadmap we have kept with each of our plant across India. We are trying to make the transition and transformation as smooth as possible that we are with the future. So I spoke about the foundation layer as process excellence, little bit touching upon what we are doing, our Bosch production system. So I think takt flow rhythm is, I think, is known to all of us. Are we producing according to the customer takt? Do we have the lean line design thinking? How are we bringing the standardized work? How the man and machine are working in a synchronized way? So for me, the deviation management is measurement of health of the organization. So deviations are bound to be there. It was there. It will be there. It is going to be there in the future. For me, the most important thing is how strong is the deviation management. So once we have the standard, we exactly know what is the deviation. More importantly, what is our deviation management mechanism is going to play a key role. So then moving to flow, do we have one-to-one relation? For example, in the picture on the left side, it is 4:3:2:1. So that means a part can go to any of the machine. Can we bring the clear flow, one-to-one relation, bringing the high flexibility within the value stream, and thereby reducing the lead times. So this is where I am clearly saying how are we addressing the flow, then comes the rhythm. So then how the material supply is going to take place. Are we working with the push system, or are we already based on the consumption control we are working? Do we have a strong leveling in place? We are decoupling the customer demand from our value chain, and then are we having the cyclic material flow? I think these are some basic bullets what I tried putting is the strong bullet points for taking care of the stability and bringing to the process excellence. Then you see the boosters. So how the digital can enable in each of these things. So improving the cycle time, it is boosting the speed, shorter lead time. So each of these RFID moving from the hard Kanban cards towards the e-Kanban. So some of these things what I am trying to say is how the process excellence and the digital are going to take us to the next level. So some quick case study. So on the talked on the performance booster. So there are several examples on cycle time analytics, quality analytics, AI in manufacturing. Currently, what all is the example you are seeing is actually a standalone projects happening in the area of digitalization, taking it to the next level. Are we there already in the picture of the future? What we show, we are still far away. We are in the journey from now, next, and beyond. Some of the plants, for example, what I wrote in my now, next, beyond. What I am writing now currently, we are in 2022, some plants are already in 23, 24, 25 status, but some plants are also behind. So we have a plan to catch up. So one example, for example, what you see in the first example, basically about 5-6 years back. So normally when we have a visual complaint from customer, the first thing is done is put a firewall. So then once it is introduced, it is there forever. So then one more complaint, one more firewall. For me, the number of firewalls in the organization is an indicator of how many stonage we are back. So currently what we are trying, we have introduced this robot which learns what is the good part. It is already taught what is the good part, and then with the camera system, it already recognizes what are the defects. This is not removal of the root cause, but once we have issue of a customer complaint, we know how the effort of all our engineers will get shifted towards firefighting. Can we release this firefighting time to the improvement activities? So thereby, so these solutions, for example, in the last 5-6 years, it is not just removing the problem which has come as a firewall issues from the customer, but it started also giving the internal complaints, or it started understanding the good part, machine learning, deep learning, all activities have started. So this is already helping us going towards the zero defect approach. It is also improving the productivity, because the person working for 8 hours seeing the same activities of visual inspection, he tend to make a mistake. Productivity improvement is there. Scalable, as I said, we don't have to every time the customer complaint, if there is a visual inspection, visual doubts, visual complaints are coming, you don't have to. It's scalable, is possible in the same system, and of course the competency is very, very important. On the flow, I already spoke about AGV, automated guided vehicle. So it is going to be a future very, very important step, how this brings the standardization, material flow, information, and it is coming in a faster response time. These are the things we have already some standalone examples of AGVs running in some of our plant. So 2 of our plant has already some 3-4 AGVs running. So earlier we thought AGV, we started discussing earlier the payback. So if we have the labor, contract labor who is going to do this material supply, will it going to pay back how many period, how much time, how many years it will take payback? I think these things are gone, because we have a future purpose where it is needed. This is how the directions are moving. So coming to, for example, rhythm. So already I think Nikhil said about the transit location, the track and trace. It is not just about how the inventories are managed in the source, make and deliver, but more importantly the transit, because now transit is becoming a key concern post our pandemic. So it is going to have a key role, the track and trace, where it gives a clear view on how the parts are delivered at what point in time and which border it is there. So this is going to help us, and the Procon, basically it is helping us in moving from the manual leveling zone, what we are doing, how it elevates to the next level. It speaks to the SAP system, it speaks to the MES system, it speaks to the track and trace. So overall, it is at the fingertip, we will come to know what's happening where. To sum it up, so basically at the user level, at either I am a value stream manager or a plant head, I would like to see how the data is behaving. I would like to have visualization, I would like to have monitoring, how these things can help me for doing the improvement. When I want the data to be in this fashion, but we know how the data is unstructured at the source level, whether it is MES or SAP or Q data, whatever we have, it's unstructured data currently. So data can be mass, but if it is not put properly, it's useless. So how do we use that? And we have a strong platform, Bosch platform is available. So whether it's international data or the data lake, everything together, with all application, finally we combine together, and then the data, whatever is required in the required fashion, is brought up. Yeah. So these are some of the examples what you see there. It is in the examples now how the transformation is happening with respect to a lot of topics related to quality, cost, delivery. But interesting is what you see in the below here. So this is basically we have a model factory in Germany, we are building it up. So international, all the team members are part of it. How in the area, what I showed the picture of future, so this is already working actually. So that means how the AGVs connects it. Let us say when the particular product part number comes, I have to move from station 1 to station 3 to station 7. In the next it goes differently. It exactly does what is required. So this is the future. And then the magnetic levitation, how do we move from the physical conveyor with the workpiece carrier, and then how our future assembly lines with magnetic levitation, where it also decides like how happens in the overall production I explained, even in the inside assembly line, how this workpiece carrier decides how the product movement should take place. So basically these are some tryouts we are jointly doing globally. So in fact in our manufacturing strategy conference, our value chain conference last October, I wanted to get this sample to our Pune, where our entire value chain community was there for this conference. Unfortunately, I was not successful in bringing it during this October, but by next April, we are going to have this first model getting rolled out in Bosch India. So it is coming from Bosch Germany. Globally, we are working. Globally, already tryouts are happening. We are part of it. So we are trying to bring this kind of solution also to India and ensure that we have whatever I showed the picture of future where we want to move. We are moving in that direction. So it's an attempt I just tried showing. So what we are thinking in Bosch towards the future of manufacturing, it is not just manufacturing, it is entire value chain. So the success is, it is not thinking as I'm manufacturing, I'm logistics, but the entire value chain how we connect. So this is how we have a value chain strategy. So entire Bosch India, all the legal entities we have, all the product groups we have different verticals, we all come together and we are putting our conscious effort what we should be doing in the year 2030. We kept it as future. So this is also we took it as the theme. So what you see is Spark.next. So this is basically the 100 years of Bosch India. This is the theme we have kept for this year. What we want to see Bosch, hundreds, what has taken us here so far may not take us the next 100 years. What is that we have to do differently? The Spark.next, that's the theme. This what currently I spoke is the theme out of the Spark.next.
Thank you very much, Aravind. It was a very open and frank feedback. And for a company like Bosch, which has about 9 different business units and in 186 different countries, for such a kind of size, and in India, like you said, as the company goes bigger, then the implementation will generally be slower. And you were quite open and frank in giving a feedback that there are different maturity levels, and also what we can do, what is the limit which we can stretch, and where we are. This sets an example for us to not be too fast, and like Mr. Kiran Deshmukh also said, what we do, and if we don't know why we are doing, then it can be a big problem. So thank you very much for that. And now I request my another favorite guru and former director of Tata Sons, Maiya, and chairman of our awards committee of ISQ, Mr. Sunil Sinha, to please come on the stage and show our small gratitude to Aravind Maiya.